You're watching YCN, your local view. Program airtime is underwritten in part by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Looking to purchase your dream home, finance your business, or just find a better checking relationship? Our New Hampshire team is here to help you. We make award-winning banking happen every day. Contact us to see how we can help you. Member FDIC.
This YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, with 14 locations and celebrating over 60 years serving you with quality products and friendly service. By North Cape Design Build, who for over 40 years have crafted beautiful custom homes in the Lake Sunapee area of New Hampshire. By Bubba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor, where Bubba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. By Barton Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. By The Big Spoon, a small batch bakery and ice cream shop in the heart of Newport, specializing in handcrafted baked goods, exclusive super premium ice cream, coffee drinks, and now soup and sandwiches. By The Intertown Record, your hometown community newspaper covering the Lake Sunapee and Sunshine Town areas. By Twin State Paving, your locally owned and family-operated paving company. 5 generations of #1 pavers serving New Hampshire and Vermont. You can find us on the web at twinstatepaving.com. Additional support is provided by Old Hampshire Design.
Welcome to the YCN Game of the Week. Tonight we are at the Carl Hill Gym on the Marty Brown floor as the I-89 rivals, the Kearsarge Cougars, host the Hopkinton Hawks in both girls basketball action and boys basketball action later on. I'm Drew Dumont and excited to call all the action for you tonight. Hopkinton so far, they've started out really strong, 3-0 with wins at Somersworth, at Hillsborough, Deering, and finally home against Campbell. Flipping to the other side to look at the Cougars' schedule, they got a good win on opening night, home against Stevens, 29-28. Very close contest before dropping game against a really good Fall Mountain team on the road. So who will prevail tonight? You'll have to keep watching to find out. Stay tuned for all the action on YCN's Game of the Week.
NCTV programs are underwritten in part by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oil, propane and motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning. Their friendly, highly trained, and certified staff is available to assist you throughout the process. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. By North Cape Design Build, for building a custom home from the ground up. A stunning waterfront property overlooking Lake Sunapee or Pleasant Lake, or the fabulous remodel you've been planning for a decade. North Cape Design Build can help your dreams become reality. High-end custom craftsmanship, discerning contractors, and beautifully executed designs. By Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer in New London since 1997. And much further back as the Country Press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper, Echo Communication. By La Valley Building Supply, serving homeowners and contractors since 1962. Whether you're an experienced builder or simply a do-it-yourselfer, you'll find what you need at La Valley Building Supply. By Barton Insurance Agency, providing local access to all your business and personal insurance needs from auto, home, life, to business liability and related needs. Experience the hometown difference of Barton Insurance Agency. By Bubba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor for great land fare, seafood, sandwiches, and Bubba's award-winning seafood chowder. You won't be disappointed. They're having a lot of fun at Bubba's Bar and Grill. By the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown newspaper covering the Lake Sunapee and Sunshine Town region of New Hampshire. Online and in print, the Innertown Record. By Main Street Bookends in Warner, an independent bookstore providing books, toys, games, cards, and gifts with a gallery showcasing local arts and artists. Main Street Bookends in Warner. And by Twin State Paving, 5 generations as the #1 pavers doing stonework and patios too. Family owned and operated, serving the Twin States from Newport, New Hampshire. Thank all of our underwriters for making your local programming possible on NCTV.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hopkinton and Kearsarge doubleheader. We're going to kick it to the house for the starting lineups for the girls' game.
Regional High School. Introducing the starting lineup for tonight's first game. For the Hawks, coached by Mike Mahoney. At guard, a sophomore, number 10, LMA Johnson. At forward, a sophomore, number 33, Ellie Collins. At guard, a junior, number 25, Alexis Corbett. At forward, a junior, number 23, Maddie Mullender. And at forward, a senior, number 12, Zoe Bishop. And now for the Cougars, coached by Steve Luapacello. At forward, a freshman, number 34, Rory Landers. At forward, a sophomore, number 21, Kaylin Finnegan. At guard, a sophomore, number 4, Madden Huff. At guard, a junior, number 5, Naima Wilson. And at forward, a senior, number 15, Maddie Bennett. The officials for tonight's first game are Mark Hamill and Tom Zapora. And now, if you're able, would you please rise? Gentlemen, please remove your hat. And if you so desire, place your hand over your heart. And let's honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
We're going to pause for a moment for the anthem. with that, we are moments away from action here tonight. The Cougars and the Hawks going at it. One of the greatest rivalries in Division III. We had another one of those the other night with that doubleheader up at Newport where they hosted Stevens in both games. And now we have another great rivalry for Division III with Kearsarge and Hopkinton, the Cougars and the Hawks. Many doubleheaders over recent years. And they also met in the playoffs. Both teams, boys and girls, of Kearsarge taking down Hopkinton in the 2024 playoffs a year and a half ago. However, Hopkinton has a big advantage in the regular season matchups over the last decade. That's Belanger out there to take the tip for the Hawks. Maddie Bennett out there for the Cougars. That we're underway. It is Collins with it. Collins on that right side goes back out to Belanger. Kearsarge being aggressive here defensively. Belanger doesn't know where to go. Passes it over to Johnson. Johnson drives it forward. Now it's taken away by the Cougars. This is Huff with possession. Madden Huff, number 22 on the roster. She's wearing number 4 tonight because her number 22 uniform has not come in yet as that jump ball goes to the Hawks. Kearsarge not showing press. That's a foul, excuse me. So that's against Finnegan. So Kaylin Finnegan with the game's first foul. Corbett to bring it up the floor here. The Hawks newly acquired transfer, played for John Stark last year. Already in the all-state conversation early here in this one as Wilson brings it up the floor. She's being guarded by Corbett. Trying to explore options offensively. I'm curious to see how the tempo develops in this game as it progresses. Both teams starting out very quick here. Johnson comes storming down the court, looks for Bishop in the paint, back out to Corbett. To Johnson for 3 and sinks it. 3 ball is good there for LMA Johnson to make it 3-0 Hopkinton. Hopkinton pressing, and that's going to go against Kearsarge. The Hawks regain possession here. Very enthusiastic. It's always great to see the turnout in the crowd here with this great rivalry. Never disappoints. Collins to throw it in here. Some good defensive coverage, able to get it into Belanger. This is Corbett here on the outside to Bishop, the senior, trying to work it inside. Finds Johnson. Johnson open, and more points for LMA Johnson. She's got all 5 of the points for the Hawks so far. Huff brings it up the floor. Here's Bennett. Cougs pass it around on the outside. Shot is up. Doesn't go. Rebounded. Here's Wilson. Wilson with some nice moves. Decent jump shot. Lead a little bit more. Working through the paint now. That's going to be Hopkinton basketball. Cougars showing a little bit of a press here. Now it's going to go switch hands back to the Cougs. Here comes Huff. Huff dribbles it up the floor. Has her pocket picked there by Zoe Bishop. Bishop hands it off. Corbett's got it in the on the other side of the court. Bringing it up now into the offensive zone. Able to find Collins. Johnson. And she continues to stay on fire. All 7 points in this game so far for LMA Johnson. And Coach LaVapasella is going to call timeout for the Cougars. 5:27 still remaining here in this opening quarter of play. North Cape Design builds legacy of trust successfully cultivated over 40 years as they support the boys and girls clubs in our area with the Mount Sunapee Duck Drop every October. Bubba's Bar and Grill has a full menu of amazing seafood, land fare, award-winning seafood chowder, hearty sandwiches, and a diverse pizza menu to satisfy any size party. If you or your business would like to support our live coverage of both boys and girls basketball this winter, email us at info@ycnnow.com to learn more. Our next doubleheader is Newport. So it is Huff to carry it up the floor here. Hopkinton still going back with the press. The officials give it to Hopkinton. Some good defense there from Zoe Bishop. Corbett finds Collins. Collins now trying to work it into the paint, and that's good for Maddie Belanger. Cougars work it down the floor. Shot is up. It's going to go back the other way. Collins to throw it in here. That's going to go against Hopkinton with a double dribble. Might be able to tell that they repainted the gym here over the offseason. New floor here for the Cougars. Painting around the edges looks great if you ask me. Working through the paint, this is Wilson. Wilson with some nice moves there. That's out. Here's a look on the replay. Naima Wilson. You can tell she's been putting in the work in the offseason with the stutter step there to breeze through the defenders. Huff to carry it up the floor, guarded by Corbett. Huff trying to attack the inside, off the glass, and in. Some good moves from Collins. Able to keep possession. Bishop, they're going to say that Bishop's left heel went just out of bounds there. So it's going to switch sides back to the Cougars. Kearsarge to bring it up the floor. Here comes Huff, being guarded by Corbett. Huff with some nice moves underneath the hoop. Doesn't get that one to fall. Rebounded, put back up there. Cougars still can't make good on the second chance points, and it goes back to Hopkinton. Corbett, it's stolen there, deflected in the middle of the zone. Cougars trying to get it back. They will retain possession here. It was Charlotte Knox who got a hand in there to block the pass and help Kearsarge regain possession. Huff throws it in. Here is Knox. Through the hands that time. Looking for Finnegan. To the hoop. Doesn't fall. No foul. Rebounded by Belanger. Finds Collins. Looks down the floor. A little too quick. Trying to weave that one in there to Bishop. Beyond the baseline, so it will be Cougar ball here with Johnson and Corbett down the court pressing.
In the game for Kearsarge, number 20, Grace Lynch.
So a little bit of a switch here with Grace Lynch switching for the Cougars.
In the game for Hopkinton is number 21, Helen Yetton.
Finnegan taking a rest here for the Cougs. Finds Bishop underneath the basket and just lays it in there for the Hawks. Corbett intercepts the ball in the middle. Finds Bishop. Goes back to the Cougs. Wild sequence here. Struggle for possession. Finally able to be secured here by Wilson. Wilson carrying it up the floor. Little stutter step. Gets it to Huff. Huff being guarded by Yetton. Huff with some nice moves there. Some good help defense from Belanger. Johnson finds Corbett. Window taken away there. Initially had Bishop there underneath the hoop, but Kearsarge took it away very quickly. Yetton tries to lay that one in, doesn't fall. Struggle for possession. It's a jump ball, and it's going to be in favor of the Cougars.
In the game of Kearsarge, number 33, Fitzgerald.
Huff to take a rest. Fitzgerald now in for the Cougs. Yetton in for Collins, should have mentioned that. Johnson to the hoop and scores. Wilson being guarded by Yetton. Wilson's got some good moves. That rolls beyond the boundary line. It's going to go back to the Hawks here.
The game of Hopkinton is number 3, John Guayacno.
Wilson now with it. Wilson shoots, doesn't get that one to fall. It is rebounded here. Johnson fires it down the court, finds Yetton underneath the bucket. Hawks circle it around. Finally, Corbett secures it for the Hawks. Belanger in the paint, working through defenders, swatted away that time, some good defense. Credit to Knox making the play. Here's the replay. That shot blocked away there as Belanger was looking to pick up some points in the paint. Hopkinton will retain possession. This is Johnson to throw it in from underneath the hoop. That's out. Hawks will keep it. This is now Yetton from the side. Guarded by Finnegan, 221s up there in that matchup. Now it's Chase. Gonna get Chase with a carry. So the Cougs will get it back. Huff dribbling into the paint now. Little low on that one. Cougars will keep it. They trail this one by 9 with a minute to go in the opening quarter. Cougars trying to get some points here. Start working away this deficit. Kearsarge will keep it. It's ruled off of Belanger. Pretty well disciplined, only one foul between both teams here in the quarter so far. Finnegan trying to work through Belanger. Belanger making it difficult. Takes the shot, doesn't fall. Yetton there on the defense. Johnson looks down the court. Chase was there, decided not to risk it. Secured here. Shot is up from Belanger, off the rim. Huff gets it. Looks like it's going to be a foul against Hopkinton.
Hopkinton foul, number 3, Gemma Guayacno. Her first, team first.
Huff brings it up the floor. Huff is fouled, so she'll take a trip to the line to shoot 2. Might have had the old announcers jinx. There was only one foul in the entire quarter, and now all of a sudden there's a couple against the Hawks. This one to go against Ella Mae Johnson, the leading scorer in tonight's contest thus far. She's already got 9 points, and we're not even through the first quarter of action. Huff now at the line to take her 2 foul shots. This is that one. So converts that time. Bring it up the floor here. And that will do it for the opening quarter. The Hopkinton Hawks lead at 13-5 in the girls matchup. You're watching YCN's Game of the Week.
This YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, with 14 locations and celebrating over 60 years serving you with quality products and friendly service. By North Cape Design Build, who for over 40 years have crafted beautiful custom homes in the Lake Sunapee area of New Hampshire. By Bubba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor, where Bubba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. By Barton Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. By Twin State Paving, your locally owned and family operated paving company. 5 generations of #1 pavers serving New Hampshire and Vermont. You can find us on the web at twinstatepaving.com.
Welcome back to YCN's Game of the Week between the Kearsarge Cougars and the Hopkinton Hawks. We have the doubleheader here for you tonight with the girls game first. Following the first quarter, the Hawks lead this one 13-5. They're trying to add on to this early with Chase. Takes the shot. Bishop with the rebound and the layup. She's got 4 points thus far. Huff now trying to work her way against Corbett. Cougars offense has struggled up to this point. Let's see if they were able to draw something up there during the short break. Give them a little bit more of a chance here offensively. Trailing this game by 10. Shot is up and good there. What a shot there for Finnegan. So that's beyond the arc for 3. Yetton finds Corbett. Hawks looking to keep it. That's going to be a turnover against them with a double dribble. Hopkinton to regain possession here. Discipline is always key. Limiting turnovers, that's something that I got to speak with the coaches about. Coach Mahoney for Hopkinton mentioned that's something that they needed to do well in order to win tonight. Corbett for 3. That's a little off. Yetton gets it, and the second chance points convert there. Helen Yetton now on the board. Trip to the line coming up here. This is Madden Huff. Foul goes against Zoe Bishop. The Hawks' first foul of the quarter. That one misses. So Huff 2 for 4 tonight on foul shots. Trying to work it into Yetton. That doesn't go. So out of bounds, the Cougs to throw it in. Shot is good there. Madden Huff. Wilson on the steal. So Naima Wilson will make a trip to the line. Foul goes against Ellie Collins. This is the first. Fouls, free throws can be so crucial here in the game. At the end, when you look back at it and it's decided by 2 or 3 points, and you had a couple missed opportunities at the line that might come back to bite you towards the end of the game. Second shot misses. This is Johnson to bring it up the floor. Still over 5 minutes remain until we reach halftime. Hopkinton currently in the driver's seat. Their lead was once 10 points. It is now 6. They're looking to expand it again. Collins goes to Johnson. Johnson cuts into the paint. Off the glass, rebounded by Wilson. Kearsarge trying to climb back in this one. Had a nice little run here as they look to build on it. That is going to stay with the Cougs. Done a good job of rebounding. Huff finds Bennett. Rotating it around. Kearsarge not afraid to pass it and find a good look. Shot is good for Wilson. She hits the three-pointer, and all of a sudden the Cougs only trail by 3. Trying to find Yetton. Kearsarge to get it back. They once trailed by 10. It's now only 3. Will they try and get it all back here? Good job by Collins. Heads up defensively to try and get it back. Everybody's going to have to come back now. Looks like we had a player who got a little injured on the floor. This is Kaylin Finnegan now walking off on her own power. I guess that's a good sign. Both teams go into the huddle now. And it's Wilson. Wilson down on the other end of the floor. Couldn't see her beyond the stands. Both players were down previously. And Wilson now walking off the floor as well. So 2 Cougars fell to the floor. Both walking off now. They might take a seat for a little bit.
And number 11, Grace Tangway.
Here comes Huff. Cougars get possession back here. Previous play would go as a foul against Ellie Collins. That's her second foul. Hopkinton to get the ball back here. Collins to throw it in. A little too much on that one. Rifles it towards the Hopkinton bench. Hopkinton doing a good job of defending the paint there. Huff trying to work her way inside. That's gonna be a turnover against the Cougs.
The game for Kearsarge is number 12, Louis Burke. And the game for Hopkinton, number 24, Ellie Gregory.
Gregory now in for the Hawks. And Burke in for the Cougs.
Timeout, Hopkinton, 30 seconds.
So Coach Mahoney decides to burn a timeout here, and they're going to take a brief 30-second timeout. HR Clough Kearsarge Heating has full-service offerings of all types of energy systems as air conditioning, water conditioning, their Muddy Paws pet wash, and auto bath car wash. Stay tuned at the end of the game for their player of the game. The next YCN Game of the Week features both boys and girls basketball of Newport as they host Hinsdale on Tuesday, January 6th at 5:23 p.m. on TDS, Comcast, and on demand at ycnnow.com. Shahade here. Now bring it up the floor here, Gregory. Hawks pass it around. Trying to build a more sizable lead again, but that's going to go back to the Cougs. Kearsarge doing a good job defensively. They struggled a lot early in the game, but have only given up 4 points in the last 5 minutes. They have a nice little 9-2 run working for them. They've managed to slow this game down, get to a closer contest, which is exactly what they wanted to do. Hopkinton was setting the tempo, playing very fast early on. That helped the Hawks get out to that sizable advantage. Now it's down to just 1 point following the basket from Burke. Collins trying to attack the inside. Kearsarge picks it away. And for the lead, Madden Huff. Kearsarge leads by 1, finds Johnson underneath the bucket, and somehow the defense arrives at the exact right moment. Stolen away here by Gregory. Brings it up the floor. Corbett with the shot. That's offline there, short. Cougs rebound this one. Bring it up the floor. We have 2 minutes to go here in our opening half. And more points showing up here as Knox makes the play. Hopkinton not shooting well in this second quarter. Huff brings it up the floor. Shahade with it. Shahade races down the floor here to the hoop. A little too fast with that one. Doesn't get that to fall. Kearsarge, they feel the momentum shift. They're trying to ride this wave here into halftime. Pick up as many points as they possibly can. For Hopkinton, they're just trying to slow this thing down, get a couple points, and head into the break. Making some changes here. Collins, Johnson, Shahade gonna take a seat here for the Hawks with Bishop, Belanger, and Chase back in it. Cougars also making some changes. Naima Wilson back in the game for them. Wilson struggles with that. Bishop with some strong defense. Belanger as well. Corbett steals it away. Corbett trying to race through defenders. Got 3 defenders right there. Said gonna dribble it back up to the point. Corbett towards the hoop. We're going to get a foul called here.
Kearsarge foul, number 20, Grace Lynch, her first.
Grace Lynch with the foul.
The game for Kearsarge, number 34, Roy Landers.
Corbett finds Belanger. Belanger finally. The scoreless drought for the Hawks is over. Kearsarge trying to get back those points. Wilson cuts to the inside. Heavily contested there with 3 Hawks defending her. She's going to get a trip to the line and a chance to earn back both those points.
Hopkinton foul, number 23, Maddie Belanger, her first, team 3. Naeem's at the line, shooting 2.
This is the first.
Kearsarge substitution, number 23, Sydney Lynch.
Sydney Lynch now in the game for Grace Lynch here. Wilson converts there on that second chance. Bishop now brings it up the floor for the Hawks. They trail this one by 2, looking to get that back, at least going into the break. And there it is. Lexi gets the points there. Corbett finally on the board for her. She has been one of the leading scorers for the Hawks this season. Wilson tries to work it in, unable to get it. No points there. Looks like we're going to get in a foul here. Let's see what the official call is. So they get Belanger for a hold. 8.4 remaining here till half. The Cougs trying to get a shot away here. Hopkinton to get it back. They have 6.7 seconds to work with. Most importantly, they want to avoid a turnover here. This is Ellery Gregory to throw it in. They bring in Ella Mae Johnson quickly. She was on fire at the start of this game, already has 9 points. Finds Corbett. Hawks quickly work down the floor, finds Belanger underneath the basket, out to Chase. See, it goes back to Kearsarge. They're going to say the Hawks were just barely out of bounds there. So Huff now in the contest with Kearsarge trying to get a score on the floor to get this last shot away. 2.2 to go here. Hopkinton's going to defend well. It's going to have to be a 3/4 court shot. Falls short there, and we remain knotted 21-21 as we head into the break here at halftime. This is YCN's Game of the Week.
NCTV programs are underwritten in part by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oil, propane and motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning. Their friendly, highly trained, and certified staff is available to assist you throughout the process. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. By North Cape Design Build, for building a custom home from the ground up. A stunning waterfront property overlooking Lake Sunapee or Pleasant Lake, or the fabulous remodel you've been planning for a decade. North Cape Design Build can help your dreams become reality. High-end custom craftsmanship, discerning contractors, and beautifully executed designs. By Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer in New London since 1997. And much further back as the Country Press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper, Echo Communication. By La Valley Building Supply, serving homeowners and contractors since 1962. Whether you're an experienced builder or simply a do-it-yourselfer, you'll find what you need at La Valley Building Supply. By Barton Insurance Agency, providing local access to all your business and personal insurance needs from auto, home, life, to business liability and related needs. Experience the hometown difference of Barton Insurance Agency. By Bubba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor for great land fare, seafood, sandwiches, and Bubba's award-winning seafood chowder. You won't be disappointed. They're having a lot of fun at Bubba's Bar and Grill. By the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown newspaper covering the Lake Sunapee and Sunshine Town region of New Hampshire. Online and in print, the Innertown Record. By Main Street Bookends in Warner, an independent bookstore providing books, toys, games, cards, and gifts with a gallery showcasing local arts and artists. Main Street Bookends in Warner. And by Twin State Paving, 5 generations as the #1 pavers doing stonework and patios too. Family owned and operated, serving the Twin States from Newport, New Hampshire. Thank all of our underwriters for making your local programming possible on NCTV.
Welcome back, everyone, for the halftime update here of your first game of the doubleheader between Hopkinton and Kearsarge. This is the girls' game. Hopkinton, just a monsoon of offense early. Ella Johnson, 9 points there in the opening quarter. The Hawks had a 13-5 lead headed into the second. They scored 2 more points really quickly with a strong 10-point lead. And then all of a sudden, Kearsarge slowed the game down and worked their way back slowly and precisely to get back to the game. And that's where we sit now, tied at 21-21.
You're watching YCN, your local view. Program airtime is underwritten in part by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Looking to purchase your dream home, finance your business, or just find a better checking relationship? Our New Hampshire team is here to help you. We make award-winning banking happen every day. Contact us to see how we can help you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, everyone, to YCN's Game of the Week. This is Drew Dumont calling the games for you. I'm very excited. Kearsarge versus Hopkinton, one of the best rivalries out there in Division III. Girls game obviously first, just getting through halftime now, entering the second half. Boys game to follow later on at 6:30 is what it's scheduled for. We'll see if that happens, time permitting obviously, could be a little bit later. Anyways, Hopkinton had a very strong first quarter. They had kind of control, as much as you can say that after one quarter. They led by 8 quickly at a basket in the second quarter and were leading by 10 at one point. All of a sudden the game slowed way down. Hopkinton stopped pressing and the Cougars got to work. Their defense stepped up and slowed down the Hawks, slowly worked their way and climbed their way back in this one. At one point they had a 2 or 3 point lead. Now we're all knotted up once again, 21-21. And we're getting set here for the second half. Kearsarge will start off with the basketball. Finnegan to throw it in. Huff set to bring it up the court. And just like that, we are underway. It is Madden Huff being guarded here by Lexi Corbett. Trying to get the rebound. Okay, here we go. Kearsarge at the line. Let's go. So to the line, the Cougars go early here. This is Rory Landers. Didn't score in the first half. Looking to quickly change that here for the game in the second half. Misses that time. It is rebounded by Belanger to Collins now. The Hawks bring it up the floor here. Corbett feeds it over to Collins. Shot is up here. That doesn't fall. Lexi Corbett to throw it in, trying to find Collins. That's out of bounds off of Wilson. So the Hawks will keep it here. Gonna adjust the camera here, folks. It is 21-21, not 21-2 for those of you wondering. Finds Collins right underneath the bucket, goes straight up with it. Bishop there on the rebound, tries to go back up with it. Hopkinton trying to secure it. Now it is Wilson. Wilson on a breakaway, straight to the hoop. Doesn't get that one to go. Working a little too quick. Johnson with it underneath the hoop defensively. The Hawks will keep it here. This is going to be a foul against the Cougars. It's going to go against Wilson. Her first foul of the game. Maddie Bennett able to secure it on the other end of the floor for the Cougs. They race up the floor with it here. This is Huff. Huff is being guarded by Corbett. Feeds it to the outside, trying to weave their way in is Finnegan. Nothing doing that time. Rebounded by Corbett. Finds Collins to Bishop down court. Stolen away by Huff. Working her way around Belanger now. Wilson. Finds Huff. Huff wide open for three. Off the rim. Rebounded by Bishop. Collins to take it up the floor now. Corbett open. Way wide on that pass.
Hopkinton substitution, number 21, Colin Yetton.
Huff to carry it up the floor here. Wilson. Stolen away in the middle here. This is Yetton. Shot is up. Doesn't go. Wilson. To Yetton now. We remain scoreless here in this third quarter of action. Yetton quickly brings it up the floor. Finds Belanger. Belanger shoots, and there's the three ball. That breaks the scorelessness in the second quarter, or excuse me, second half of play. Wilson carries up the floor, works her way against Bishop. Nice move there. Hopkinton to get it, throw it in from midcourt here. Foul goes against Wilson. Get her for a foul, trying to work against Lexi Corbett. Timeout called for by Coach Mahoney. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout.
Full 60 seconds.
Okay, that's full. So full timeout called for by the Hawks. I saw both signals there on the floor. A little hard to understand, but that's all right. So minute-long timeout here. Watch our Cougar Chronicle premiering new the first Thursday and Friday of the month at noon and 7 p.m. Our January show previews the Kearsarge District's 2026 deliberative session. Old Hampshire Design supports our local athletes and their endeavors. Tune in every Thursday and Friday for an all-new edition of Yankee Chronicle at noon and 7 p.m. This is your who, what, where, and when show of the Kearsarge and Lake Sunapee Sunshine region. Barton Insurance Agency supports you and your community. Ben says one size fits all just doesn't apply to insurance, which is why every client gets their individual attention. That's out of bounds. And now the Cougs to get it back. Kearsarge currently trails by 1. Wilson goes to the line to shoot 2. Chance to tie it up and potentially take the lead. So this will be Yetton's first foul of the game. Second foul of the quarter for the Hawks. Wilson's first one is good. Converts that time on the second. So improving at those free throws as the game progresses. Belanger into Bishop. Bishop quickly to attack the hoop and gets it back. Wow, what an outstanding block there from Zoe Bishop. Johnson gets tied up there with Finnegan trying to get it back. Love to see the physicality as we look at the replay. Kearsarge with it as Huff throws it in. So it's Corbett to throw it in for the Hawks. Working their way around the defenders. Hopkinton doing a good job with their passing so far. Belanger now to Johnson. Huff dribbles away now, finds Wilson. Doesn't fall. Bishop there on the rebound. Gonna make a change here. It's gonna be Burke and who else? Looks like Burke and Lynch in here. Replacing Finnegan and Tangway. So they're gonna take a brief break here. The Hawks currently lead this one by 1. Coach Lavapasella calls a 30-second timeout here. Today's game is being brought to you in part by La Valley Building Supply. Home improvement and construction from concept to completion. With over 60 years of serving you locally now from 14 locations. Twin State Paving supports all of our student athletes and is family owned and operated, serving the Twin States from Newport, New Hampshire. The Big Spoon Bakery, Ice Cream and Coffee Shop in Newport is right across from the Opera House. For the freshest baked goods, complemented now by sandwiches and hot soup, open Wednesday through Saturday. Jump ball here, Hopkinton to get it back. Corbett to throw it in. Johnson's down there. Kearsarge showing a 1-2-2 press. Bishop, Corbett. Passing it, finds Belanger there. Belanger! Wow, what a shot there from Maddie Belanger for three. She's now in double figures with 10 points. Huff, the long two, doesn't fall. Foul goes against the Hawks.
Hopkins foul with 25, Alexis Corbett. First, team 3.
Huff. Throw it in. Bishop going to take a seat briefly with Ellie Collins now back in the game. Wilson throws that one out of bounds. Was looking for Grace Lynch.
Hopkins, you want to go in? Go ahead. Hopkins substitution number 11, Avery Chase.
Avery Chase now in the game here for LMA Johnson. Hopkinton against some tough defensive pressure here from the Cougars. That's going to be a foul yet again against Kearsarge.
Kearsarge foul number 5, Naima Wilson, her third, team 3. In the game for Kearsarge is number 21, Caitlin Finnegan.
Wilson going to take a seat now. They're not going to want to risk getting her in deep foul trouble here with still over 10 minutes to go in the game. Belanger's open. Good patience there to work her way around the defender and find the open shot. When I talked to Coach Lavapasella in pregame, he said one of the key points of emphasis for his team was to apply pressure without generating fouls. They did a good job of that in the second quarter. Now in the third quarter, it's a little bit more of a challenge with the Hawks offense operating and starting to get things flowing a little bit more. Huff here. Passes it over the side, finds the open shot, did not fall that time for Finnegan. Cougs on the rebound.
Hopkins foul number 3, Emma Quidagno, her second, team.
Quidagno with a foul against her now. Second one of the game. Going to switch things up a little bit here. The formation. This is Grace Lynch set to shoot fouls at the line.
In the game of Kearsarge, number 33, Caitlin Fitzgerald.
Cougars weaving it around offensively here, rolls in and out. Hopkinton with possession. Their lead advantage has grown back to 6 now. They trailed at this at one point in this game by a couple. Cougars to regain possession of the basketball. Huff brings it up the floor here. Open shot. Does not fall that time. It is rebounded here by Belanger. And the Hawks regroup, bring it down the floor here. Trying to continue their offense on the other end as Collins lays it up and in. Collins' first bucket of the night. Diving on the floor for it. Good play, great effort there by Jenna Adagno. Gregory now steps into the game for the Hawks in place of Belanger. Cougars look like they're going to play for the last shot here. Inside of 10 seconds now. On the outside, weaving it around, trying to find the open look. Hopkinton, strong defense here. Great shot there. And that will end the third quarter. Galen Finnegan with it. So we head into the break now, entering the fourth quarter. Hopkinton 33, Kearsarge 27. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, much more than a home heating provider. LaValle Building Supply, with 14 locations and celebrating over 60 years serving you with quality products and friendly service. By North Cape Design Build, who for over 40 years have crafted beautiful custom homes in the Lake Sunapee area of New Hampshire. By Bubba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor, where Bubba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. By Barton Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. By Twin State Paving, your locally owned and family-operated paving company. 5 generations of #1 pavers serving New Hampshire and Vermont. You can find us on the web at twinstatepaving.com.
And welcome back to YCN's Game of the Week. It is the doubleheader between the Kearsarge Cougars and the Hopkinton Hawks. With the girls' game first, Hopkinton leads this one 33-27. Hopkinton to start the fourth and final quarter with possession of the ball, albeit no overtime, which is always a possibility in this game, certainly a possibility. Trying to find Corbett in the middle there. Wilson snags it away for the Cougars. Now to Huff. Able to avoid a backcourt violation there. Kearsarge working it around. They need some offense here. Finds Huff wide open there on the left side. Rebounded by Corbett. Underneath the hoop, Johnson does not get it to fall. Corbett now. All the defenders swarming around. Excuse me, that's Gregory. Kearsarge takes it away. They get it back here. Hopkinton going back to the press. Kearsarge with it. On the outside, Wilson doesn't get it to go. Rebounded by Kearsarge, they have it. Hopkinton making it difficult for them in the paint, forcing Kearsarge to oftentimes shoot from the outside.
Number 21.
Yetton and Johnson now into the game for Hopkinton. Guidagno and Chase take a seat. Kearsarge to keep it. Huff. Wilson goes straight up with it. That one goes. Corbett to throw it in here. Gregory now with it to Johnson. Johnson goes to Collins. Yetton up with it and off the glass and in. Helen Yetton with some points here. Defense swarming, somehow managing to work her way around it. Kearsarge passing it around. Huff looks to Maddie Bennett, doesn't get that one to go. Hopkinton to get it back. Johnson tries to keep it in. Now it is out of bounds. Hawks lead this one by 6. 5.5 still remaining here in the fourth quarter. A lot of time to work with for the Cougars. They continue to pass it around, not wanting to force anything. Hopkinton's defense becomes a little bit more aggressive. Huff tries to go up with the floater. It's rebounded by Belanger. Corbett drives straight to the bucket. She is fouled in the process, so we'll go to the charity stripe to shoot 2. Big opportunity for the Hawks. If they could manage to get this to an 8-point advantage, that would put them in a little bit of a better spot to win this one. But we have to remember, they were up by 10 earlier, and the Cougars erased that deficit, so anything can happen here. First one misses. That one misses as well. Kearsarge on the rebound. Neither one aggressive to go grab the ball there. So as a result, Hopkinton gets it back. Finds Collins down court, guarded by Wilson. Now it's Johnson. Johnson lines up from deep. Slightly offline there. Huff hauls it in. Kearsarge now rushes down the floor. Wilson, and sinks that bucket right there. Naima Wilson. Wilson now steals it away. Wow. Only a 2-point game now. Hopkinton was just up by 6 a blink of an eye ago with Corbett at the line, and now all of a sudden 2 points separate these teams. Both defenses getting stronger and applying more pressure as the game goes on. Yet to the bucket, doesn't fall. Hopkinton to get it back here. Both teams gonna take a break here, go into the huddle. Timeout called for. We'd like to thank Taylor Lipinski and everyone here at the Kearsarge Regional High School for their always excellent hospitality. They're great people to work with, I can tell you that personally. Check out Echo Communications for all your printing and mailing needs. They're the home of the Kearsarge Shopper, where the latest YCN schedule can be found on page 3. North Cape Design builds legacy of trust successfully cultivated over 40 years as they support the boys and girls clubs in our area with the Mount Sunapee Duck Drop every October. And Bubba's Bar and Grill has a full menu of amazing seafood, land fair, award-winning seafood chowder, hearty sandwiches, and a diverse pizza menu to satisfy any size party. I'm intrigued to see what the teams have drawn up here as what's been an excellent match of basketball draws towards its conclusion here in the final 4 minutes, barring no overtime. It will be Hopkinton possession here. Belanger trying to find somebody open, throws it down the court, hauled in by Corbett. Johnson now. Works into the middle, does not fall that time for Maddie Belanger, but it's stolen away by Helen Yetton. Yetton straight to the bucket and converts there, making good on the opportunity to steal and score. Hopkinton back out to a 4-point lead. They press here, aggressive defensively. Huff trying to handle the aggression from the Hawks, finds Maddie Bennett down court in the offensive zone, stolen away. Maddie Belanger with some excellent defense. Coach Mahoney trying to settle his team down. Don't need to force anything too aggressive on offense. Give it back over to the Cougars. This is Yetton. Corbett with it now. Yetton. Back to Corbett. Hopkinton not forcing anything. Belanger from the outside does not fall there for her from beyond the arc. So it is Huff to push it up the floor here with some heavy pressure from Johnson. Now to Wilson. Wilson swings it over to the left side. Shot offline that time, rebounded back up with it. And shot is up and good as that one falls there for Kaylin Fitzgerald. Helen Yetton now finds Zoe Bishop. Shot for Yetton is up and good. Helen Yetton with some key opportunity buckets here late in this one. Hopkinton with the lead in this one. Wilson down court. Hopkinton works on it. They get it back. Yetton down court through the hands there. Just could not get that one to stick as she was looking for Corbett. Kearsarge to possess the basketball here in their own defensive end as they try and work it down the floor. Minute 39 to go. They trail this one by 4. Huff. Kearsarge has possession. They're not afraid to be aggressive here. Neither are the Hawks, though. It's what makes this clash here between these two local rivals so great. Bishop with a massive steal in her own defensive end. Finds Belanger. Huff working there, trying to pick the pocket of Belanger. Hopkinton takes care of the basketball. They keep it there in front of their bench. Johnson with nearly a handoff there to Corbett as she is being guarded by Finnegan. 1:01 left to play here. Hopkinton in the driver's seat. They lead this one by 4. Naima Wilson has done a heck of a job for the Cougars at keeping them in this contest. Will her and the teammates of her heroics be able to work Kearsarge back into the game and win this one outright in regulation or enforce overtime, or will the Hawks be able to retain this lead for the next minute and get back to Hopkinton with a win? We'll have to watch this last minute to find out. If you or your business would like to support our live coverage of boys and girls basketball this winter, email us at info@ycnnow.com to learn more. Our next doubleheader is Newport. HR Clough Kearsarge Heating has full service offerings of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning, their Muddy Paws pet wash, and auto bath car wash. Stay tuned at the end of our game for their player of the game. The next YCN Game of the Week features both boys and girls basketball of Newport as they host Hinsdale Tuesday, January 6th at 5:23 p.m. on TDS, Comcast, and on demand at ycnnow.com. And don't forget to watch our Kruger Chronicle premiering new the first Thursday and Friday of the month at noon and 7 p.m. Our January show previews the Kearsarge School District's 2026 deliberative session. Hopkinton, they have the basketball. A minute and 1 second to survive with this 4-point advantage. Corbett trying to throw it in, finds Johnson. Big deal for Hopkinton to not have that intercepted. Got to watch out here. Kearsarge with some aggressive defense. Coach Mahoney smartly takes a timeout right there as Johnson was forced into one of the tough 4 corners that you just can't get out of.
30 seconds.
Just wanting to avoid a potential turnover. He still had timeouts left to burn, so he decides to use one right here. He's going to also draw something up in the midst of it. I'm guessing it's going to be an inbounding play to try and work their way out of the situation. For Kearsarge, you got to be thinking steal, steal, steal. That's what they're going to try and do here, is steal the basketball away in the middle, rush down the court, quickly get some points, try and get it back on the other end of the floor with a defensive stop, go down and score all before the end of regulation. They can do it. They've had a lot of good chances, and they've really stayed in this one to the end and battled their way, hung around, even when Hopkinton had an earlier lead. 51.5 to go here. Belanger looks. Corbett, no backcourt here. Totally fair game. Corbett working her way around. Kearsarge with some aggressive defense. Finds Johnson. Bishop's got her hands up. They opt not to pass it. They'll stay safe here. They'll keep it themselves. Coach Lavapacello, you have to wonder at one point they go to the intentional foul. And here it looks like Wilson's going to get called for a foul. That's her 4th foul of the game. One more and she'll be out of it. Have to be cautious here. For that reason, you might want to try and keep her away from guarding whoever the ball carrier is. Finds Johnson down court. Can she keep it in? No. So it goes back to Kearsarge. 32.7 to go here. Just a hair too much on that one to find Johnson on haul it in. Hopkinton not afraid to bring back their press, yet with a massive stop defensively as Johnson goes to the hoop, and she will have 2 chances coming up here at the free throw line. 25 seconds to go. The Hawks lead this one by 4. Foul goes against Grace Lynch.
Elevate Johnson's at the line, shooting 2.
That misses. That one misses as well. Big break here for the Cougs. Huff carries it down the floor. Under 20 seconds to go now. Wilson driving to the hoop, trying to get a shot away quickly. Rebounded by the Hawks. This is Yetton. Cougars need to go to an intentional foul. They pass it around. Hopkinton trying to avoid it. They are able to take off in an additional 10 seconds. 7.2 to go here. Hopkinton with a 4-point lead. Belanger to throw it in now.
Shooting 2.
Okay, they will call it into the bonus now, so Lexi Corbett with a chance here at the line. Gonna quickly call timeout before the second shot gets away.
Full 60 seconds.
Old Hampshire Design supports all our local athletes and their endeavors. Tune in every Thursday and Friday for an all-new edition of Yankee Chronicle at noon and 7 p.m. This is your who, what, where, and when show of the Kearsarge, Sunshine, Lake Sunapee region. Bart Insurance Agency supports you and your community. Ben says one size fits all just doesn't apply to insurance, which is why every client gets their individual attention. Today's game is being brought to you in part by La Valley Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion, with over 60 years of serving you locally, now from 14 locations. Twin State Paving supports all of our athletes and is family owned and operated, serving Twin States from Newport, New Hampshire. All right, winding down the time now with players set to resume action back out there on the floor. Lexi Corbett still has one foul shot left. Would like to make this one, obviously. Kearsarge still needs 4 points in this one. Hopkinton should try at all costs to avoid the fouls, regardless of what happens here on this free throw. And Corbett sinks it. Huff, Wilson, unable to knock that one down, rebounded by Johnson off the rim, and that will do it. The Hopkinton Hawks victorious here, 40-35 over the Kearsarge Cougars. And now for our HR Clough Kearsarge Heating, turning up the heat player of the game. A lot of good options here to go with. I'm going to go with Maddie Belanger. I think she had an excellent game. She's got 12 points by my count. She did a lot of good things on the floor defensively with some key steals late in this one as well. And that will wrap up the first game of our doubleheader coverage, with the boys game to come after this one. Thank you, everyone. This is Drew Dumont from YCN. You watch YCN's Game of the Week.